Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Churchill Capital. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on an investor journey together. Today, we're talking about Churchill Capital, why you guys should be buying Churchill Capital stock at $23.09. Obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. But let's dive in. Let's talk about why I personally think right now is a very good time to be picking up Churchill Capital and the potential massive upside that this stock actually does have. So, if you guys didn't know, follow the news a lot recently. Churchill Capital recently, within the last couple of months, announced a merger with a company known as Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors, an EV company based out of California, right? So everyone's like, cool, another EV company. What makes this EV company different than any other EV company? I can completely understand. There's been a lot of EV companies that have been IPOing lately. There's a lot of EV companies that have been basically going public. It's hard to see which one is going to be a top contender, but I can tell you guys right now, Churchill Capital, or soon to be known as Lucid Motors, is going to be a top EV company, and this stock has so much potential, massive upside. It's ridiculous. Let's take a look at the one-year chart. Let's see what's been going on with the stock. So we can see the stock IPO'd September 18th on 2020. We see this massive run up, right? It was trading around $60, and that was just due to the simple fact that, there was rumors that Churchill Capital and Lucid Motors were going to be merging together. So the stock made it all the way up to $60. The minute that the actual merger got announced, Churchill Capital slowly started to sink, and now it's currently sitting at $23.09. Now people will be like, are you dumb or something? Why would I invest in a company that lost 66% of its stock value? Well, I'm about to tell you why right now is a perfect time to be picking up the stock, because Lucid Motors is going to be a top EV company. Now, we dive in, right? We take a look at Lucid Motors. We know that the EV market is expanding. We know that the EV market is blowing up like crazy, right? So people, analysts, big-time banks, everyone knows that the EV market is the industry that's going to see the most potential massive upside in the next 5 to 10 years. And I can understand that that may be a little bit discouraging here right away, because people do want quick returns on their investment, but investing is a patience game. You got to play it by ear. You definitely got to just be patient when it comes to stocks like these, because these stocks they're winners. They're absolute winners, but they actually just have to take time to actually get themselves going. But Lucid Motors in itself has a lot of good news recently. So starting it all off, it has $1 billion invested from Saudi Arabia into Lucid Motors itself. So having such a big backing from Saudi Arabia already kind of gives the company a little bit of credibility that, Saudi Arabia is like, okay, I'm going to give you $1 billion and I'm going to let you build a factory here as well. So Lucid Motors does have plans of building a factory in Saudi Arabia. The cool thing about Lucid Motors as a company, it's not like some EV company that went public with just an idea, right? This thing already has factories up. It's already producing cars. Yes, their production did get delayed a little bit to an unknown time later this year, but in the long term, I think that this stock is still going to see a lot of upside, because their reservations for their $170,000 sedan are already sold out and topped 8,000 reservations within recent as well. They've been showing pictures leaked that, they're also working on dropping a new SUV. And we know that, Lucid Motors as a company, it's already being very well established. It's already capped out on its reservations. It's continuing to drop more vehicles. It's got a lot of media attention. And we know that the EV market is going to be growing for a very long time. So right now is a very good time to be actually picking up Churchill Capital. And not to mention too, $23.09 is an absolute steal of a price. The stock is so cheap for the massive amount of upside that this stock is going to be going through. Some people speculate that this stock is 10 times undervalued of what its actual projection sales are going to be in the year of 2024 and the year of 2025. This is how I know that this stock is definitely going to be basically seeing a lot more upside potential. But this is the cool thing as well. It's not that like Lucid Motors is just dropping sedans, right? Or they're capitalizing on topping their reservations or selling more cars or just dropping an SUV. It's an EV company, so it's got to tackle the situation that's making the market basically overall competitive with the overall stock in itself. So, literally speaking, basically Lucid Motors is working on a battery, basically giving it a second life. And what do I mean by this? Well, batteries typically retain a charging capacity of 70% after being removed from an electric vehicle. Lucid Motors wants to repurpose this battery going forward, so they basically want to redesign the battery for the batteries to have a second life. So basically speaking, that basically you recycle the battery, but now it's going to be able to recycle it in the exact same vehicle, while giving it still basically the same amount of capacity that it had the first time, which is not only super innovative, but it also gives it a very good competitive advantage. You know, a lot of big time analysts as well, you know, have been putting buy targets on Churchill Capital. There's reasons for this because they know that this stock in the next couple of years is definitely going to see a lot of upside potential. Yes, I can understand it can be a little bit sketchy or scary to invest in a stock that lost 66% of its stock value, and I can completely understand where people are coming from. But if we really amass the facts here, put it all together, that one, you know, they already capped out on their reservations. They're dropping brand new vehicles. They got factories built ready to go. You know, they're working on self-autonomous driving technology, better battery efficiency, and better battery technology altogether. You know, this stock is being super, super innovative. And yes, I can understand as well that EV has not been doing well, but you know, it's just going through a bear market. And that's something that people don't have to understand when it comes to investing. You know, that yes, you do have your bear markets, right? It's not just green all the time. Tesla, Fisker, NEO, Churchill Capital, Lucid Motors, Arrival, all these big time EV companies have fallen about 20% of their overall stock value, at least in the absolute minimum. But I can tell you guys that, you know, Lucid Motors is going to be an EV winner. It's going to be a top EV company in the United States. I can almost foresee that Lucid Motors is going to bring some competition to the table, which is why I think people should be picking up the stock right now at $23. And like I said, the great thing about this company, it has so much upside potential, and the stock is so cheap. It's $23.09 for a big time EV company that's already sold out of its reservations, that has plans to start expanding. You know, these prices are absolute bargains, and this is the perfect opportunity to buy the dip on the stock. You know, you don't always get bear markets, you don't always get red days. Right now is the perfect time because I can almost be absolutely basically genuine with you guys and just be upfront. I'm absolutely positive that Churchill Capital, Lucid Motors, Tesla, all these EV companies are going to go on a never endless rally in the next couple of years, because everyone knows that EV is going to be the future. EV is definitely going to be the top representation. You know, for me, I think Churchill Capital, or soon to be known as Lucid Motors, is going to be $75 to $80 by this time next year. I'm almost convinced that this stock is going to see a lot of upside, and I don't want people to actually sleep on the stock. This is why I think people should buy the dip on the stock, and it's obviously a long-term hold, so I want people to be patient with the stock, even if it has its dips, even if it has its, you know, it keeps continuing to go lower. I'm telling you guys that this absolute company is going to be a winner, and it's going to be a top EV company. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Lucid Motors. Do you guys think this stock is a good buy at $23.09?